Good evening and welcome to the fields at Southern Virginia, where we have the men's lacrosse team taking on the Wesley College Wolverines. And first, we'd like to congratulate Casey Rich being able to be nominated and voted as one of the players of the week in the Capital Athletic Conference for his great week that he had last week, including a 7-goal outburst against Greensboro College. So we'll start off first with the roster or the lineup for Wesley College. First, we have number 1, Joe Fingles, number 6, John Chenault, number 8, Alex Collins, number 12, Nate Gemetto, number 16, Ryan Ramsey, number 17, Jack Redifer, number 20, Ben Mitzel, number 28, Cody Ireland, number 50, Eric Bonds, and number 77, Nolan Vesey. The head coach for the Wesley College Wolverines is Bill Goro. Now, for your Knights, starting will be number 4, Greg Gowdy, number 7, Spencer Tunick, number 11, Syrian Giroux, number 12, Logan Lund, number 16, Zach Daneman, number 18, Ryan Larson, number 22, Casey Rich, number 25, Sean Takala, number 36, Derek Marks, and in goal will be number 45, Ian Arvey. Coming into this game, the Knights are on a 1-game winning streak, having defeated Greensboro College 19-15, while the Wolverines come in after losing to Bridgewater College, and that's a common component between the Knights and the Wolverines. Both of them lost to Bridgewater, so it should be a great game tonight. In the Capital Athletic Conference, this is the first conference game for the Wolverines. This will be the second conference game for the Knights. Some comparisons will be the Knights average 13.75 goals per game, while the Wolverines average 9.8. The average shots per game for the Knights, 46.8 to 39.6 for the Wolverines. The man-up goals are where we find the biggest difference. 3 of 17 for the Knights, 5 of 19 for the Wolverines. Everything else is about equal. So it should be a great game tonight. The weather outside is nice, kind of breezy, but should be a great game for both teams to go out and play to their best of their ability. As we getting ready for the face-off, it looks like we have number 12 against number 12, which will be Nate Gemetto against Logan Lund. And this is going to be all critical for the rest of the night to see who wins these face-offs. The more the Knights can win, the better off their chances are to pulling out their first conference victory. And it seems like the Knights lose possession, gain possession, and lose it again as the Wolverines take care of the ball on their offensive end now. Knights playing back in their man-to-man defense, really packing it in. And we can see why the Wolverines only average about 9.8 goals per game, as they like to slow the ball down, really probe the defense and get off a great shot. Still no attack from the Wolverines, as they're content to keep the ball out around the perimeter. Ball is played behind the goal. But again, great checking by the Knights. And there's our first goal, and what a goal it was for the Wesley Wolverines, as number 16, Ryan Ramsey, wound up and fired it about 25 yards right past Arvey. And there's where playing a sagging man-to-man defense may come back to haunt the Knights. If they can make some small adjustments and not let the Wolverines have that type of shooting room, we can see a total reversal. But we've seen before where the momentum of this game switches back and forth. So here we are back to Lund and Jamato at the face-off. Ball's picked up by the Wolverines and quickly advanced into the offensive end. Again, the Knights are able to get back on defense. Defensive transition has not been a problem so far for the Knights. In our last game, what did cause a lot of problems were the fouls that they committed that caused them to go a man down. Ball on the ground, but picked up. Jamato starts to make his dash in. No one back for the Wolverines as they, again, very patiently look like they're trying to just probe and find the weak spots in the Knights' defense. Nice checking by the Knights, able to push them far outside the offensive zone. And another long bouncing shot by number 18, Sam Siebert. And in less than 2.5 minutes, the Knights find themselves down by 2 to the Wolverines. The Knights would like to avenge their loss last year to the Wolverines as the Wolverines beat them 21-8. Would like to reverse that tonight. And the Knights do have the firepower to do that, as we see Casey Rich, one of the co-Capital Athletic Conference Players of the Week, and with Zach Danneman, able to really put a lot of points up on the board. Lund back in the face-off circle as the Wolverines sent Mitch Griffith up. And the Knights are able to contain the ball. Oh, an errant pass. Wolverines, and these small mistakes like this are things that the Knights cannot afford to let happen to them. When they have possession of the ball, they need to maintain possession of the ball. The Knights haven't been able to get across midfield yet against the Wolverines. Very early into the first quarter, though, barely 3 minutes in. And a nice breakup as the ball's on the ground. Picked up, though, by the Wolverines. Unfortunately for the Knights, we're able to and causes a turnover. Great job by the Knights defense, and here we get to see the Knights on offense for the first time this evening. Here we see the Knights getting ready to start their offense. And on defense, it looks like the Wolverines will be playing a man-to-man, but also sagging back when the Knights are more than 20 yards away from the goal. Here's our first run towards goal is number 30, Peyton Kimber. And Peyton is able to fire a rocket past the goalie for the Wolverines to bring the Knights back to within 1. Great job. We saw Peyton going down the far side, making his run, able to spin back and fire it past the goalie. In goal for the Wolverines is number 28, Cody Ireland. Back with Lund and Jamato at the face-off circle. And the Knights are able to come away with the ball. Great job by Lund. On a very aggressive long stick defense by the Wolverines causes a turnover by the Knights. A lot of pressure in the backfield by the Knights. Long pass up by the goalie. And the Wolverines drop the ball as we see the Knights being able to pick it up, center the ball, and great shot. A fake and a great shot by Spencer Tunick. And again, that was all caused by that pressure defense in the backfield. So now that brings the Knights to all tied, 2-2. And Lund is able to win the next face-off. Takes it down, passes it in to Tunick, and Tunick with a great wind-up and shot over the top of the goalie. So within a matter of seconds, the Knights are able to go ahead of the Wolverines. And again, it all starts in that face-off circle with Lund. Lund not only wins the face-off for the Knights, but takes the face-off down the middle of the field. Back into the face-off circle. And it looks like the Knights win the face-off. Casey Rich pounces off of the goal pipes. Another shot. And the ball goes over to the Wolverines. And let's see if the Knights will continue this pressure defense. And they do, as we see. Number 16, Zach Danneman, put a lot of pressure on the Wolverines. And again, the ball's on the ground. Unfortunately, the Knights are not able to pick it up. And the Wolverines are on the attack. Wesley's trying to slow it down as we thought they may, especially with that 3-goal outburst by the Knights. Very patient offense by the Wolverines. Here's an attack. Well fended off by number 25, Sean Takala. And an errant pass, ball on the ground. Still loose ball. And the Knights do pick it up. That was number 18 for the Knights. Ryan Larson bringing it down the middle of the far side of the field. Gets checked a couple times, pushed away. Knights are able to set up their offense. Danneman trying to spin back to the middle. And does, and puts it high and to the right of the goalkeeper. And so just like that, the Knights take a 2-goal lead. With 7:42 left to go in the first quarter. And this is any indication of the rest of the game. We are going to have a very high-scoring game for the Knights. Back into the face-off. We have number 5 and number 12. Lund versus Griffith. The Knights win the face-off, and every time the Knights have won the face-off, great things has happened for them on the offensive end. Quick shot by the Knights. Well defended by the Wolverines. And here comes the Wolverines on the counterattack. A little bit of confusion by number 16 of the Knights. Zach Danneman didn't know whether he should continue on to defense or not. Now it looks like the Knights have their defense sorted out, and a great save by Arvey. Peyton Kimber bringing the ball leisurely down the near sideline. And the Knights have to have a lot of confidence right now after erasing a 2-goal deficit to take a 2-goal lead. Ground ball picked up by the Knights. And a hard shot high by number 3, Brady Cook. Cook wound up just a little bit too much on that one. Ball back in play, and we see a run to the middle. Save by number 28, Cody Ireland. A lot of pressure in the backfield. Fouls called. Ball still on the ground. Picked up. And the Wolverines are having a tough time trying to clear this ball. Errant pass down the field. Picked up, though, by the Wolverines, number 17, Jack Redford. And a quick shot catches the Knights unaware. John Chenault is able to put the ball in the back of the goal, catching the Knights a little bit lackadaisical in their transition. And so Wesley calls a timeout in the first quarter, finding themselves down by 1. Great things again happening for the Knights as they fell behind in the first 2.5 minutes, 2-0, and then proceed to come out and take a two-goal lead on goals by Spencer Tunick with 2, Zach Danneman with 1, and Peyton Kimber with 1. And then in just the last 30 seconds, we saw that the Wolverines were able to come back and get within 1. And this is going to be, again, a hotly contested game for the rest of the evening. We know that there is one opponent in common. Both teams lost to Bridgewater in the past few days, both by about the same amount of goals. The Knights have lost by 3. The Wolverines lost by 4. So this is going to be a great game, and we're glad that you're here with us tonight. See the Knights breaking their huddle in very high spirits, leading the Wolverines in the first quarter at the 5:38 mark. Again, last year at this time, the Knights played at Wesley and lost 21-8, so a much better start to this game. The Knights looking for their first Capital Athletic Conference win of the season, and the Wolverines looking for their first Capital Athletic Conference win also. The Knights have already played Marymount, and those 3 teams are the only ones to have played a Capital Conference game. Lund wins the face-off, and we see him being checked all the way down the field. Keeps the ball, is able to get up and get it off to Rich. Rich setting the defense up, looking to come off of a screen. And Casey does a great job of dragging the defense way out with him, trying to give Tunic some room on the near sideline to work. Danneman brings it back. Danneman looking to attack on the far side of the field. Tries to lay it off. Looks like he's trying to lay it off to Rich. And looks like some kind of foul was called against the Wolverines. We'll wait for official word. It looks like the Wolverines may be a man down now. And so this is where the Knights have had some trouble in the past this season, is winning these man-up situations. Oh, a tipped pass there. Backing it up is Spencer Tunic. Able to get the ball, start for the Knights. Still a man up. Plays the ball out to the front. Again, we need to see some movement by the Knights. Oh, and there is a rocket shot. But Ireland, the goalie from Wesley, able to come up with the save. And that's a wasted opportunity for the Knights being a man up. And it looks like that penalty's just got released, so now back to even strength. Oh, and a hard skip shot about 15 yards away. Looks like that's number 18, Sam Siebert. So with 3:17 left to go in the first quarter, it's Southern Virginia 4, Wesley College 4. This is the type of action we are planning on seeing all night long. So if you're going to go out and get you a soda and some popcorn, please wait until halftime. As we see number 5, Griffiths, and number 12, Logan Lund for the Knights into the face-off circle. And the Knights win the face-off. And so far, the Knights have won 6 face-offs as opposed to 2 for the Wolverines. Also, the Knights lead on shots and shots on goals. The Knights have 12 shots, 9 of them on goal. The Wolverines 5 shots, 5 on goal. So the Wolverines a little bit more efficient than the Knights. There's a save. Ball's loose on the ground right at the doorstep. Picked up and looks like it was punched in by 16, Zach Danneman. And that was a dangerous area for the Wolverines, as Ireland couldn't decide whether to come out of the crease and try to smother the goal, or smother the ball, or to lay back. And Danneman makes him pay for his hesitance. So now we have Tunic with 2 goals and Danneman with 2 goals. And the freshmen that have been brought in by the coaching staff of Southern Virginia really are leading the way now for the Knights. Quick shot. Way off target to the right. Wesley with the ball, maintaining possession, pulling it out, trying to stretch the defense of the Knights out, trying to find their magic that they had in the first couple minutes. Shot ricocheted off one of the defenders for the Knights. Knights pick up the ground ball, looking to clear now. And Arvey coming way out from the goal to clear for the Knights. Ball on the ground. Still loose ball. Finally picked up by Greg Gowdy. Plays it ahead to Dean Anderson. And may have had an offside call there. Jamato with the ball. Looking to probe, and there's been some times that the Knights defense has been a little lackadaisical getting back on their defensive transition, but that time, great job able to match up and mark everybody. Another deflected ball by a Knights defender. 42 seconds left in the first quarter. One-on-one movement by 17, Jack Riddifer. Good checking by the Knights as everybody's being marked. Ground ball. Picked up by the Knights. 18.4 seconds left. Harvey looking to clear. Larson taken down. Quick restart, but the referee stopped that. And start the whistle again. On this last 35 seconds have become a little bit sloppy for both teams. 1.6 seconds left to go in the quarter. Long heave down. And there's the horn. So at the end of the first quarter, it's your Southern Virginia Knights 5, Wesley College 4. Some of the comparisons, again, shots to shots on goals. The Knights 15 shots, 11 on goal. Wesley 8 shots, 5 on goal. The Knights with 1 save. Wesley College with 6 saves. Face-offs won is where the Knights are really starting to gain a huge advantage. 7-3 for the Knights. Ground balls won, 16-10 for the Knights. Clears 1 of 3 for the Knights, 4 of 5 for the Wolverines, and turnovers are about even. Goal scorers for the Knights. Peyton Kimber started it off for the Knights to get them on the scoreboard, and then we have Zach Daneman with 2 goals and Spencer Tunick with 2 goals. And those 3 young men, that all the goals being scored are freshmen. Tunick, a 5'10 freshman from Easton, Connecticut. Daneman, a 5'10 freshman from Ackworth, Georgia. And Kimber, a 6'2 freshman from Elk Ridge, Utah. For Wesley, the goal scorers are by Wesley Figgles, also by Sam Siebert, John Chilnott, and then the last goal scored for the Wolverines at the 3:21 mark was by Siebert. Both teams are starting to come back out to get ready for the second quarter. And if we were the Knights in the Knights huddle, we'd probably hear more of the same thing. Keep winning the ground balls, young men. Keep the pressure both offensively and defensively. And let's get out of here with our first conference win of the season. In the face-off circle, Logan Lund for the Knights. And Jamato for the Wolverines. Ball's on the ground. Picked up by the Jamato by the Wolverines. Quick. And the ball was deflected off And the Knights were able to back it up, so turnover by Wesley. Ground ball and a turnover by the Knights as Wesley's able to pick it up. Wesley trying to show some patience. And a quick shot by number 17, Jack Redifer, assisted by number 16, Ryan Ramsey. And kind of just lulled the Knights to sleep. So now within the first minute of the second quarter, the Wolverines are able to come back, tie up the game. And what a game it is. Neither team can grab the momentum and get more than a 2-goal lead. Jamato and Lund back in the face-off circle. Quick attack, and there's a foul. The Wolverines will be able to go on attack now. And it looks like the Knights will be down a man, and this is where their defense has really struggled in the past, not being able to close out some penalty minutes. Shouldn't be a long penalty. 30-second penalty for the Knights. All they got to do is kill it out. And they so far do, as Arby's able to corral the shot by Siebert. And there's number 11. Giroux quickly down. Save by Ireland of Wesley. Ball cleared all the way down to the Wesley end by Siebert. Both teams back to full strength. See the Wolverines shuttling people in and out at a very high rate. That's where the Knights want to get, where they have 30 to 40 people, where they can just shuttle people in and not have to use the same person over and over and over again for the whole game. Again, a patient game played by the Wolverines. As Gowdy is back checking the ball. Quick turn over the right-hand shoulder as the ball was able to skip just barely past RV. And Redifer scores his second goal of the game. And that puts the Wolverines up by 1 now. Again, neither team able to really grab a hold of the momentum as we see just the lead bouncing back and forth. 2 goals has been the largest lead by either team. Lund back in the face-off circle for the Knights. And it was number 5 for the Wolverines, Griffith. Ball on the ground. Lund's able to pick it up. Find Casey Rich on the near sideline, and Rich has been very quiet this evening. Now starting to see the Wesley defense really start to expand, which could play into the hands of the Knights. Especially if they can find one of the combination of either Rich, Danneman, or Tunic. And ask for Rich and you shall receive as he fires a hard shot from left to right past Ireland. It was only a matter of time before Casey Rich was able to get on the scoreboard. Offensive Player of the Week in the Capital Athletic Conference, Casey Rich, brings the game back to 6-6. Lund and Giamatti back into the face-off circle. Lund has gone the whole way in face-offs for the Knights. Face-off won by Lund as Giamatti started a little bit too early. Knights were able to take the ball around the outside. Tunic coming all the way across. Bounced off of a defender. Ball's on the ground. And picked up by Ireland. Ireland still with the ball, looking to clear. Oh, hard check by Tunic. But Wesley's able to maintain possession. Quick shot. And Harvey's able to stop the shot, but the clear is stolen by the Wolverines. Off of the pipes. Number 17, Jack Renifor, with great penetration in towards Harvey. Just clanks it off the pipes. So lucky for the Knights, and in this game, you'll take any luck that you can get. So with 10:20 left to go in the second quarter, Southern Virginia 6, Wesley College 6. And there you saw a shot of Coach Lamb talking to his offense. Coach Winterton over talking to the defenders. Just wanted to make sure that everybody knows what they're doing in this last 10 minutes. Don't want to let any type of momentum get away from them. I want to recap the scoring for the Wesley College Wolverines. Joe Fingles with a goal. John Chenault with a goal. Jack Redifer and Sam Siebert with 2 goals each. For the Knights, we have Casey Rich and Peyton Kimber with a goal. Zach Danneman and Spencer Tunic have 2 goals each. Again, we were talking earlier that it was very unusual as Rich had been very quiet for about the first 25 minutes of the first half. Or the first 20 minutes of the first half. And then as soon as we made that comment, Rich with a rocket shot for a goal. Here's Wesley looking to penetrate the defense of the Knights. Knights doing a great job of marking up their men, seeing ball and man, not getting lost. Wesley Wolverines had a play on, but the Knights blew that play up by running straight through the screen that was set. Fortunate for the Knights, number 25, Sean Takala, that he wasn't called for illegal contact. Quick shot, and Arvey able to see that ball coming straight at him. Gets his stick up and makes the save with no problem. Number 1 of the Knights, Mike Bangeter, brings the ball all the way down. No one really stopped him, so he took the shot. A little bit wide. The Knights are able to back it up. So now we'll see the Knights on offense. Nice movement by the Knights. Really trying to spread the defense out of the Wolverines so they can get those one-on-one situations for one of their goal scorers. Danneman, Tunick, or Rich. There's Rich at the top on the right-hand side, coming in towards goal. Hard shot. Don't know if that was deflected off the pipes. I would guess it would be because of the ricochet that went so far. And that's got to be the second goal that, or a shot attempt that Rich has put off of the pipes. Brady Cook quickly around. And another shot off the pipes. That one by number 27 of the Knights, Anthony Good. Looks like the Wolverines trying to clear. We'll use Ireland to clear now. And if he doesn't make a great pass here, he's very susceptible to the counterattack. Here we see Tunick coming to force some action to happen. Ball's on the ground. Picked up by the Knights, number 22, Casey Rich. Rich plays the ball ahead. Giroux with the ball now. Lays it off to Cook. Cook, another multi-talented young player for the Knights. We've seen him on offense. We've seen him on defense. We've seen him with a long stick and a short stick. Tunick dancing behind the goal. Looking to try to find someone cutting. Cook looks to be the playmaker out on top. Reverses the ball back to Rich. And Rich with a hard shot to the upper left corner. Gets it past Ireland. And you saw Cook take the whole defense with him to the left-hand side. Throw it back against the flow of the play. Rich is able to take advantage of it as he finds the upper left-hand corner. Rich's second goal of the night. And here we see Lund and Griffith in for the face-off now. Lund with a chance to win. And the Knights do win the face-off. And the Knights have a great trio of goal scorers now. We see there Rich, then to Tunick, over to Danneman, and those three are the three goal scorers that the Knights will depend on this season. And you cannot key on any of those as they are able to find their compadres in crime. And that crime being stealing goals from other goalkeepers. Hard shot, Danneman off the pipes and way out of bounds. So we've seen both Rich and Danneman hard off the pipes. Both balls going way out of bounds. May have to find those tomorrow as they went into the black of the night. Quick reversal of fields. Comes back trying to catch the Wolverines leaning one way or the other. Rich now with the ball. Settles things down. Oh, nice pass by Rich as the double team came after him scoring 2 goals. Plays it ahead to number 30, Peyton Kimber. And Kimber, with a wide open attempt, is able to get it past Ireland. And that's what happens when you have goal scorers on your team, especially the ones that have been named Capital Athletic Conference Players of the Week. A lot of attention are paid to them, and that double team, as soon as Rich saw the double team coming, able to find Kimber in the middle of the field with nobody around him. What a mistake by the Wolverines. So now the Knights, again, get back to that 2-goal lead that they enjoyed earlier in the first quarter. And we'll see if they can take a 3-goal lead now and extend this momentum that's on their side. The Wolverines are able to win that face-off as D'Amato takes it all the way down the field. Patiently, we see people coming in and out, and the Wolverines will get ready to reset their offense. The Knights defense is really stiffened up in this second quarter. Harvey able to redirect that pass or that shot. Wesley able to pick the ground ball up. Nice closeout off the pipes by Siebert. Ball's loose on the ground. And the Knights are able to momentarily pick it up. Danneman with it now. Looks to settle things down. And is able to get it back out for the Knights to reset offense. We see number 36, Derek Marks, with the long stick. Tunick able to pick the ball up after that forced errant pass. And now we'll see Coach Lamb take his second timeout of the half. And he wants to make sure that the Knights get off a great shot attempt here. Try to get that 3-goal lead. That'll be the largest lead by either team so far, and that may be a thing that once you get past that 2-goal lead can cause the momentum to really start to roll on your side. Some of the team comparisons, shots on goals and shots. The Knights have 24 shots, 17 on goal. The Wolverines 17 shots, 12 on goal. 9 saves for the Wolverines, 6 for the Knights. Face-offs 1. 10 for the Knights, 6 for the Wolverines. And the Knights are winning the ground ball battle 22-18. Both teams break the huddle, come back out, and let's see what type of play or instructions that Coach Lamb has given the offense. Again, you cannot key on any one player, as the Knights have 4 players with 2 goals each now. I'm sure that Coach Lamb would love to see them to try to double team Rich or Kimber or Tunick or Danneman at any time, as the Knights have been able to pass out of those double teams and find open shots. Knights taking their time, wanting to find the best shot possible to get that 3-goal lead. Mike Anderson dodging in and out. Looks like he may attempt a shot. Gets to the middle and gets checked. The ball gets checked out of Bangerter's stick. Wesley's trying to clear, and that may have been a case of Bangerter trying to do just a little bit too much. He drew not only a double team, but a triple team there. But in the heat of the moment, it's very hard to see all those bodies coming right at you. Great job, as we saw number 4, Greg Gowdy, out marking the ball. Good stab at the ball. Gowdy has just been so tough for the Knights on defense today. Marking his men, faking the double team. Wesley with a set play there. The Knights are able to stuff it. Wesley retains possession. Right, and funneled into a double team expertly. Dean Anderson able to funnel his man right into a double team, so he had to get rid of the ball. And there's an unforced error. And we're going to have an offsides. Knights ball. Let's see a quick counterattack here. Danneman trying to force his way in and finds the open net on the left-hand side. And the Knights take a 3-goal lead. Danneman's third of the evening. And there you see the goal scorers get together saying, feed us more, trying to urge the defense on. London Jamato back to the face-off circle. And Wesley wins that face-off. Let's see Jamato taking the ball quickly into the offensive end. And that was great to see the Knights being able to capitalize on a mistake that Wesley made. Unforced passing error. Knights were able to pick it up. Danneman gets the ball, goes down the left-hand side or the near sidelines and finds just a small opening on the left-hand side of the goalkeeper. A little confusion, it looks like, on the Wesley side on the offensive end. But they're able to bring the ball back out, settle things down. The Knights mark up on defense. Quick turn. And Arvey able to recognize that no one was backing the play up. Turns and gets there for the Knights to have the ball. Great awareness by Arvey. 20 seconds left to go in the half. And the Knights do not want to make a mistake now to turn the ball over quickly to Wesley. Marks with the ball. Lays it off to Peyton Kimber. Kimber loses it. And a shot at the goal bounces off the pipes and out. And unfortunately not able to capitalize right there at the very end. But the Knights do go into halftime with a 9-6 lead. Goal scorers for the Knights: Spencer Tunick with 2, Casey Rich with 2, Peyton Kimber with 2, and Zach Danneman with 3. For the Wesley College Wolverines, Sam Siebert with 2, Jack Rediford with 2, John Chenault with 1, and Joe Fingles with 1. So at halftime, the score stands Southern Virginia 9, Wesley College 6. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to the fields, Southern Virginia. The Knights are leading the Wesley College Wolverines 9-6, just coming out of halftime now. And we'll see if the Knights can maintain this momentum that they got in the last few minutes of the second quarter to give themselves the 3-goal lead, the largest lead by either team so far this evening. There we go back to the face-off circle. We have Lund and Jamato. And Lund's able to pick up the face-off, go straight to goal. Oh, great save, though, by Ireland. Nobody checked Lund, though, going straight down the field and had a great chance of extending the lead. One other game happened for the Knights today. The men's baseball team was out at Mary Washington, and the Knights came away with a 7-6 win at Mary Washington. So the Knights get their first conference baseball game in and win of the season. Looks like we'll have another foul on the Knights, and that was something they were able to avoid in the first half, something that they couldn't avoid in the Bridgewater game. But in the first half, only one 30-second penalty. Now the Knights go down, but they did a great job in that first half, killing the penalty, not giving up a goal. So we'll see if the Knights can maintain that perfect streak now so far in this game of killing penalties. Here's Wesley playing with the ball around the perimeter, looking for the weak spot in that zone. And an unforced error turns the ball over to the Knights as they look to counterattack. Rich has the ball on the far side. Rich plays it across to Tunick, and Tunick winds up and is able to fire the ball past Ireland. Oh, that was Bangeter. Mike Bangeter out there. 1s and 7s look the same, but Bangeter able to take the ball from Rich, catch the Wolverines in a slide, and fire it past Ireland, the goalie. And now the Knights with a 4-goal lead. Also in action today was the women's lacrosse team at North Greenville. Not the same success that we've seen them have, as North Greenville won 12-2. Coming up tomorrow, the Knights are down at Roanoke, and if you go to the athletic webpage, you can watch that live. Roanoke will be broadcasting that. Wesley with the ball. And a 4-goal deficit now Wesley's facing, as the Knights have been able to extend the lead early in this third quarter. Nice hard check by Gowdy up on top. Errant shot. That was number 17, Redifer. Great job of a double team and then release by the Knights. Able to funnel the ball away from the goal. And a lot of lob passes being forced by the Knights that the Wolverines are having to throw. Arvey with a great stuff. And now we're going to have a foul. A common foul on the Knights, which will turn the ball back over to the Wolverines of Wesley. Let's hope that this doesn't end up in a goal for Wesley. We've seen too many times where one mistake will turn into a goal for the opposite team. All played back behind the goal. Quick movement. Off shot. Arby's there. That was number 26, Hunter Coho. Try to get the quick shot off. Again, Arby right there. And it looks like we're going to have a penalty here on the Knights. And it's a pushing foul. The 32nd man down for the Knights, and it's going to be called on Greg Gowdy. Waiting for the signal, and here we go. Again, another penalty killing situation for the Knights. High, hard shot off of Arby's stick. Another hard shot, but way off of the goal by number 12, Jamato. Again, the Knights doing a great job of killing this penalty. Oh, unfortunately, you can only go to the well too many times without giving up the goal. Arby able to withstand two shots. The third shot by number 18, Sam Siebert, gets past Arby. But the Knights still lead 10-7. London Griffith in for the face-off. Lund able to win and again go straight down the field, not being checked. Lays the ball off. For Tunick, one of the fabulous freshmen. Back to Danneman. Danneman looking in. And the Knights have a bright future if they can keep these young men together. There's always the looming, are they going on a mission? Question that you have to ask in both men and women's sports now. If they do go on a mission, we hope they come back and join the Knights after that. Knights being very patient with the ball. Kimber thought about it. Hard shot by number 3, Brady Cook. Ireland there, though, to make the save. A lot of pressure Knights are putting on, trying to cause any type of turnover that they can. Don't want to let Wesley find any momentum of their own now. And we have offsides. Ball will go over to the Knights. Referee counting again, making sure that he was right. And it will remain Knight's ball. Peyton Kimber with it, taking it down the far sideline. Waiting to get the right offense put in place. Nice dodge and shot by Casey Rich. His stick was checked though at the last second. But Kimber able to pick it up. Plays it back to Rich. Rich wants to get another goal. Danneman tried to backhand it in. Tunick there for the backup. Foul was called. So it looks like the Wolverines will be a man down now. Danneman. Ball's checked out of his stick. Picked up by Wesley. But they haven't cleared the ball yet. Ball's on the ground. And looks like it's going to be out of bounds. Stays Knight's ball now in the offensive end. Great pressure. As we see Peyton Kimber bring the ball into the offensive end. Big wind up by number 3, Brady Cook, just off to the right-hand side of the goal. Great save by number 27, Anthony Good. Good with the fake and the shot. Bounces past the goal, backed up by Tunick. And this is the type of offensive possession that the Knights want. If they can't get the goal, they want to make sure they have everything backed up. Not only are they trying to getting good shots on goal, but they're eating into this third quarter clock. Cook being marked quickly around the side of the goal. Plays it to Tunick. Tunick thinks better of the shot. And this penalty killing unit of Wesley has really risen to the occasion. Ball's out and loose. And Ireland's able to pick it up. But just because Ireland picked it up doesn't mean it's been cleared yet. Here we see Wesley really slow it down now, trying to find their offensive rhythm. Still a man down. And back to full strength now. Knights doing their best to keep the ball out on the perimeter. Jamato with it. Quick dodge into the middle. And the ball just sneaks past Arby at the left pipe. Number 17, Jack Redifer with his third goal of the evening. And that brings it to a 2-goal deficit that Wesley's facing now. Southern Virginia 10, Wesley College 8. Some other scores in the Capital Athletic Conference. York beats Gettysburg 9-7. St. Mary's loses to Kenyon 16-3. Frostburg beats Lycoming 14-5. In the third quarter, Mary Washington's trailing Washington and Lee 8-4. And Salisbury and Stevenson are tied up at the start of the third 5-5. Back in the face-off circle, we see Lund, who has done yeoman's work there. And number 5, Griffiths. Lund is able to win the face-off, plays it back to Larson. Rich with the ball, analyzing what he can do to try to increase this goal differential that the Knights enjoy now. Knights again searching and searching. Looks like Danneman's trying to come back. Relieve Tunick behind the goal. Tunick sets a nice little screen for Danneman. Danneman coming across. Off the pipes. Knights are able to retain possession. Fake by Tunick. Tunick up and over. Ball backed up by the Wolverines, so their possession now. With 4:25 left to go in the third quarter, Southern Virginia 10, Wesley College 8. And this would be monumental for the Knights to get their first Capital Athletic Conference win, even their record in the Capital Conference, 1-1, and put them squarely in the crosshairs of some of the better teams, Salisbury, Frostburg, York. That's where the Knights want to be, as we mentioned, in the same breath as those great programs. And Arvey able to stop the ball, get a great save. Knights are able to clear. The only worry is now the Knights may try to milk this lead a little bit too early. Not seeing the same aggressiveness as we saw in the earlier part of this quarter. Danneman pushed to the outside, checked out. Not a lot of movement through the zone. Sticks checked. Ball's on the ground. And picked up by Rich. And unfortunately, in the last 2 or 3 minutes, it just looks like the Knights' offense has become a little bit stagnant. And it may be a little bit too early to start milking the clock like they are. When the Knights were scoring goals, a lot of movement through the middle of the field, especially in front of the goal. Keeper himself trying to distract him. We haven't seen this one of the sides cleared out as we saw earlier in the first half. Where we saw Danneman and Rich and Tunick find great success when the one side was cleared out. Nor have we seen the Knights trying to accept the double team. Shot on goal, but played off by Ireland. Wesley looks to clear. The Knights look to put a lot of pressure, and the pressure works. Giroux able to bring the ball all the way down. Oh, great fake by number 28 of the Knights. Mike Anderson just not able to bring it back into the goal. But a great fake of the shot, brought it back, and then just went wide right. Wesley's having a very, very tough time clearing the ball against this aggressive, hawking defense that the Knights have shown us this evening. Long pass down the field, and that's one way to break that pressure. Errant pass, the Knights are able to recover now. Sticks checked. And it looks like the ball will remain with the Wolverines with 32.4 seconds left to go in this quarter. Knights maintain the lead 10-8. And if they can get out of this quarter with a 2-goal lead, they'll feel really happy with themselves. Quick movement by the Wolverines and a shot right into Arvy's. Oh, and Arvy unable to complete the save. Loses the ball. Ball bounces up. Number 17, Jack Redifer, quickly pounces on it and shoots the ball past Arvy before he can get back into his defensive posture. So now, with 11 seconds to go, the Knights maintain a 1-goal lead. And as we said earlier in the first half, if you want to get popcorn and a drink, make sure you do it during a timeout, either at halftime or in between the quarters, as this game is going to be close throughout. Lund against Jamato. Jamato wins it. Ball's loose on the ground with 3, 2, 1 second left. Long heave down the field into the stick of Ireland. So at the end of 3, Southern Virginia clings to a 1-goal lead as Wesley College was able to come back from their halftime deficit. Stay with us for the exciting fourth quarter. Well, welcome back to the fourth quarter of this exciting Capital Athletic Conference lacrosse game between the Knights of Southern Virginia and the Wolverines of Wesley College. The Knights cling to a 1-goal lead in this final 15 minutes. We see London Jamato at the face-off circle, and Lund's able to win it. Goes all the way to the offensive end. Looks for the Knights to set up. And a hard shot off the pipes again. Knights will retain possession. As we see the Wolverines in a zone defense now. Rich playing in the middle of that zone. And if you could get Rich the ball there in the middle of the zone, that would be great for the Knights. As he can not only score the goal himself, but create so many opportunities for his teammates. And if they forget about him over here on the near sideline, that would be devastating for the defense of the Wolverines. Ball's checked out of the stick of Rich. Picked up by Tunick. And a reset of the offense. High, hard shot, as we saw Kimber trying to set up one of his teammates. Backed up by the Wolverines, and now the Wolverines have a chance to come down and tie the score up. And we do say a chance because the clearing efforts so far has been very hard, as the Knights have caused a lot of turnovers. Ball still on the ground now. And the Knights are able to pick it up, caused another turnover. And here's the attack of the Knights. Peyton Kimber bringing the ball down the near sideline. Dodges in. And scores on a great shot from his left to his right on the right-hand corner. And so Kimber is able to extend the lead caused by the great defense of the Knights to a 2-goal lead now with 12:53 left to go in this game. Jamato and Lund back at the face-off circle. Familiar foes now. Ball's won by Wesley as Jamato goes straight to goal. Deflected by one of the Knights. And picked up by number 36, Derek Marks. With a wide bounce shot. Maybe not the most advisable shot, but he was so wide open, he had to take it. Knights now with a 2-goal lead are able to be a little bit more picky with the shots that they want to attempt. Rich, a magician with the ball, was able to dodge into the middle, fake a shot, bring it back out. And as a playmaker, that may be who you want the ball in his stick the majority of the time now. Brady Cook on top. Stutter step by Rich, gets past the first wave. Tries to flip the ball back over his head, wide to the left. And over to the Wolverines, who with 11:38 are facing a 2-goal deficit. And we can't emphasize what a great win this would be for the Knights to get their first Capital Athletic Conference win, evening up their win-loss record in the Capital Athletic Conference. Not only would the Knights players celebrate, but what an accomplishment it would be for the coaching staff. Long pass down the field, and it's going to remain Wesley's ball. The illegal contact call. Now the Knights defense has to stiffen up even more. Shot into the side of the goal. Harvey's able to pick it up. And now the Knights look to clear. And Kimber, who's done such a great job clearing, loses his stick and the ball. Able to force the turnover. Ball still loose. And it looks like it's going to be kicked out of bounds by the Wolverines. This time Kimber's able to clear the ball himself. As we're approaching the 10-minute mark, Knights with a 2-goal lead. And again, the clock starts to be ever more present on the Knights' side. Just got to make sure a stalling call doesn't come up against the Knights now. Looks like Cook's going to try to make an attack. Flips it across to Rich. Rich not able to handle the pass, but is able to clean up the ground ball. Tunick with the ball back behind the net. In a great position for the Knights. And now another minute has come off the clock on this offensive possession. And there's the stall warning. Quick, hard shot by Peyton Kimber. And Kimber's becoming the offensive juggernaut for the Knights this evening. Cook's able to assist. Kimber's able to find the back of the goal. And now the Knights extend that lead back to a 3-goal lead with 8:50 left. Back to the face-offs, Jamato and Lund. Lund's able to win the face-off. Faces the double team. And is forced into a turnover as Wolverines are able to pick the ball up. Arab's able, Arvy's able to fend off that attack. And the patience of the Wolverines may start to work against them now as they find themselves down by 3 with 8 minutes and 9 seconds left. Nice check of an attack by number 18, Ryan Larson. Oh, and just when the Knights think they have the Wolverines figured out, Number 17, Rediford, is able to pick up his 5th goal of the evening. And with 7:46 left, the Knights still remain ahead, but only by 2, 12-10. So back now to that all-important face-off. Lund against Yamato. If Lund can continue to win the face-offs, the Knights have a great opportunity and chance to finish this game out for their first Capital Athletic Conference win. Ball's on the ground. And looks like it's going to be finally won by the Knights. Rich looks to attack. Off of the top pipe. Unfortunate for the Knights. Knights have to realize they're the ones in the driver's seats now. They don't have to rush things. As long as they stay in control, make sure passes, this game could get out of hand for the Wesley College Wolverines very quickly as the time continues to wind down. Tunick faked the shot. Rich with the ball out on top. Cook played it into, it's like 30. Kimber, and Kimber finally had the heat check there, put the ball into the side of the goal. The clear for the Wolverines, though, just not there, as the pressure of the Knights have continuously caused turnover after turnover after turnover. Casey Rich's pass was tipped away. Danneman was able to take it, faked the shot, thought better of it. Feels like it might be better to wind some clock down. Cook fakes the shot. Wide shot by Rich. Backed up by Tunick. Kimber accepts the double team, finds Good, and Good is able to put the ball into the net. Anytime that the Wolverines have come with the double team, the Knights have been able to exploit that double team, which is great news for the Knights. And now they lead with 5:03 left in the game, 13-10. And now it's becoming desperation time for the Wolverines. London Yamato back to the face-off circle. Ball's ripped out and Lund wins. And now, unless a great opportunity presents itself, the Knights can take the ball all the way down to a stall warning and then have the 30-second shot clock turned on, which would put this game down under 3 minutes left. With a 3-point lead, that may be something that the coaching staff's starting to think about. Rich lays it off to Tunic. Tunic's able to put it right into the side of the goal. But here's where the Wolverines have had trouble all night long, is the clear. You see Danneman chasing all the way down. And a shot, but Arvey able to get his stick up in time as the angle was really cut off there by the defense of the Knights. Now we're getting down to about the 3-minute and 30-second mark, and now the Knights can really start thinking about, let's not attack. Let's hold the ball, pass it around the perimeter. Shot off the mark by Rich, but when you have goal scorers like Rich and Tunic and Kimber and Danneman, their first thought is to always attack, attack, attack. Wesley calls a timeout. 3 minutes, 19 seconds left. And now the strategy will be talked about between the coaching staff of what do we want to do? How do we want to attack? Do we want to attack? Or do we want to hold the ball around the perimeter, get the stall warning, and then look to attack? On the other side, if you're the Wesley College Wolverines, do you want to send the double team? Every time the double team has come, the Knights have been able to find the open man, dashing to the goal, and have scored. So it's a catch-22 situation for the Wolverines. If they don't double team, then the Knights can hang on to the ball and get the stall warning. If they do double team, then they leave themselves wide open for the Knights to score a goal. We'll just have to wait until after this timeout to find out what Coach Lamb and Coach Winterton want the Knights to do. Again, another action today. The Knights baseball team went to Mary Washington and won 7-6. The Knights women's lacrosse team went to North Greenville College and lost 12-2. So far the Knights on the day are 1-1. The men's lacrosse team is trying to make it 2-1 for the day. Again, congratulations to the men's baseball team getting their first conference win. The Knights lacrosse team, men's lacrosse team, looking for their first conference win. Shot off the pipes again. And the Knights will retain. And we see what Wesley's going to try to do. They're going to come out, try to press, try to trap. The Knights are going to look to counterattack and not just hold the ball. And there you see Rich again with another shot on goal. As Ireland, the goalkeeper, is able to is coming out very far out of his crease. Oh, hard check. Two fouls called now. And they're going to be able to take their choice. We'll wait for the referees to sort this out. So it looks like we're going to have two fouls. And the Wolverines will be down by 2 men in this last 2 minutes and 46 seconds until the penalties are released. One is a 1-minute penalty. And now Southern Virginia takes a timeout to discuss how they want to attack this. So we're back for the last 2 minutes and 46 seconds of this game, as Wesley is now down by 2 men and down by 3 goals. Shot on goal. Saved by Ireland. Long pass downfield, but it's able to be picked up by the Knights now. Deflected by Wesley on Rich's shot. Rich with another shot. Deflected by a Wesley player, and you can see him down. As that ball went right into him. That looks like that's number 88, Zach Darnell. And we did say that it was a nice night out tonight. Temperatures, though, have been steadily falling. We're just glad that it's not 30 degrees out there, as that shot may have broke Darnell in half. There you see him walking off, and we're glad to see the young man's able to go off under his own power. Those lacrosse balls coming in at speeds of 60 to 75 miles an hour. They just catch you in the wrong place, and one of the unpadded places that these young men have, and it'll leave a huge mark. There we see a great shot of Brady Cook, who's assisted on several shots tonight. And I really look for the Knights just to run this clock out. And there's a shot by Rich. Quick restart by the Wolverines, but here's where they've had trouble all night long, is trying to clear the ball to the offensive end, as the Knights' pressure has just been insurmountable. Loose ball. Harvey came out about as deep as he dare. And now we'll have a timeout by Wesley. Oh, Southern Virginia called that timeout. Again, maybe Coach Lamb wanting to reiterate, guys, we have the lead by 3. Minute 33 left to go. We don't need to score any more points. We need to hold on to the ball. If they just hold on to the ball, Wesley has no shot at making a quick comeback. But these young men, in their exuberance to win their first Capital Athletic Conference contest, they may forget everything that the coaching staff says to them and just go out and finish this game off on their own accord. Either way, it looks like the Knights will be able to come away with this win and surpass the team that was picked to come out ahead of them in the Capital Athletic Conference. Here we get to see the Knights try to kill this last minute 30. Make a save, clear the ball, and hang on to it to secure the win. Long, loud shot. High off of RV's stick. Out of bounds to the Wolverines. Quick restart. Great strip by number 4, Greg Gowdy. And Gowdy's had a huge game for the Knights on the defensive end tonight. Bangeter with the ball. He has 1 goal on the evening. And now it looks like the Knights Maybe spreading it out a little bit. Rich looked like he wanted to shoot. Came back out. And I think this is the equivalent of the four corners in basketball for lacrosse, as the Knights just look to run this clock out now. Danneman gets past the double team. Quick shot. And the ball will go over to the Wolverines. Long pass down the field and out of bounds. Back to the Knights as desperation time had settled in for the Wolverines. And now the Knights can just hang on to the ball. Look for RV to hang on to the ball and finish this out in the last 10 seconds of the game. Long heave down the field. And the Knights win as the horn goes off. Congratulations to the Knights on their first Capital Athletic Conference win. They even their season out at 1-1 in the Capital Athletic Conference. They beat Wesley College, who was picked to come in ahead of them in the Capital Conference. Great job by the young men and by the coaching staff, and we look forward to more of this in the coming games. We thank you for joining us this evening. This is Mike Harmon for our production staff saying thank you and join us again.